Hello everyone, we're in this one, and it's the new studio here. Yes, sir. So, here we go. Here we go, gangsters. So you're actually telling me right now. So you're telling me
amazing.
that...
Yeah. The music's disturbing because it's my...
I mean, the music is like, when it comes to AI, it's like all distorted, right? But it's actually pretty good. They get some good riffs and a good beat most of the time. It actually syncs it up really good. I use this like custom music AI that actually generates your own like beat and like rhythm, and the lyrics as well, like generated like Trump Gaza. We all know like the canned kind of AI, but it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, considering like back in the day, they used to think that, music took like heart and soul. Anyways, this is gonna be Elon Musk on AI and music.
favorite music now. Like
AI music is...
AI covers of 50 Cent songs in soul.
Y'all see the Hassan, I Can't Stop Shocking My Dog video? That shit was so funny, bro.
No.
I'm gonna blow your mind.
Okay.
This is my favorite thing to do to people. Play What Up Gangsta. Now, this guy, if this was a real person, would be the #1 music artist in the world.
Okay.
Everybody would be like, holy shit, have you heard of this guy?
Yeah.
He's It's like they took all of the sounds that all of the artists have generated and created the most soulful, potent voice, and it's sung in a...
See, that's what's crazy, because you'd think that like AI would be able to make a beat or rhythm, right? But like it actually puts some heart into it, which is crazy. So I guess AI, like, they say it lacks creativity, but it seems like it does have like what people would define as a soul, just because it's intelligent enough. Like, not necessarily like an actual like soul in terms of like creativity, but it's able to like think in terms along the lines of like how people think. So it might just be as smart as us.
Way that I don't even know if you could do, because you would have to breathe in and out of reps. Here, put the headphones on. Put the headphones on real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to listen to this. It's gonna blow you away.
For listeners, we got to cut it out.
Yeah, we'll cut it out for the listeners. But amazing, right? Amazing. And they do like every one of his hits all through this AI generated soulful artist.
Yeah.
It's fucking incredible. I played in the green room.
It is pretty crazy. I'd say like it's weird though when they like bring back dead artists and stuff. It does get like kind of like creepy when you're talking about bringing someone dead back. Like they ran those Democrat ads from the victim of this school shooting, and like they're putting words in his mouth and like making it about politics and like a political agenda too, which is crazy. I mean, if you went through something like that and you were killed, imagine other people putting words in your mouth. I mean, heck, they do it with like people like Charlie Kirk all the time. But just like in that circumstance, in that situation, and then they're putting words in your mouth and like acting like this like your AI, like it's just crazy, bro. That's so weird. Like I don't like that. Post AI.
People that are like, I don't want to hear AI music. I'm like, just listen to this, and they're like, God damn it, it's fucking incredible. I mean,
it's only gonna get better from here.
Yeah, only gonna get better.
Sure.
And Ron White was telling me about this joke that he was working on that he couldn't get to work. He's like, I got this joke I've been working on. He goes, I just threw it in ChatGPT. I said, tell me what would be funny about this. And he goes, it listed like 5 different examples of different ways he can go. He's like, hold on a second, tighten it up, make it funnier, make it more like this, make it more like that. And it did.
Yeah, like AI can do it, but it's like it'll give you a whole like. I'm using AI half the time. It'll give me like a scientific paper just to answer one simple question, and then a lot of the data is not up to date. But in terms of like the intelligence, it's really good. But it'll like print you out a whole scientific report considering like 15 different documents, and like it'll have like the constituents all like cited and everything, like all the works cited and everything. It'll just do a whole paper, just like 15 different AIs working on it. Anyways.
That like instantaneously.
Yep.
And then he was in the green room. He was like, "Holy shit, we're fucked." He's like,
yeah.
He goes, "It wrote a better joke than me in 20 minutes. I've been working on that joke for a month."
Yeah. I mean, if you want to have a good time or like make people really laugh at
it
a
is
party,
smart.
You can use Grok and you can say, do a vulgar roast of someone. And Grok it's gonna be an epic vulgar roast. You can even say like take a picture of like.
They updated it a while back, and it was like, how it usually glazes people, but for a while it was just like roasting everyone, so you could just get it to do an epic roast. It was pretty crazy. They updated the algorithm. every time they update the AI too, it's like all the old code is still there. They're just updating like its pathways and everything.
Make a vulgar roast of this person based on their appearance of people at the party.
So take a photo of them.
Yeah, just
crazy.
literally point the camera at them and now do a vulgar roast of this person, and then keep saying no, make it even more vulgar. Use forbidden words. Even more, and just keep repeating even more vulgar. Eventually, it's like holy fuck, it's like. I mean, it's trying to jam a rocket up your ass, like, and have it explode, and it's like it's like it's next level.
And it's gonna get
beyond
better.
fucking belief.
But it keeps getting better. Like,
Yeah.
Remember when we ran into each other? They just keep getting better.
Yeah, I mean, have you tried Grok unhinged mode?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty unhinged.
No, it's nuts.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Well, you
It's
showed it to me
nuts.
the first time.
Yeah,
Then I fucked around with it. It's just, and the thing about it that's nuts is that it keeps getting stronger. It keeps getting better.
Yeah.
Like constantly. It's like this never-ending exponential improvement.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, Grok at this point's basically beat out GPT. I think they got into that too with Sam Altman a little bit, like the feud there. Sam Altman, low-key, like, has been acting sus, though. That's a whole different thing. With the interview with Tucker Carlson, it was pretty crazy, and he really acted guilty there in terms of, like, killing his associate. Because he basically left the company and became a whistleblower, which is just insane if you think about, like, if that was real.
No, it's yeah. It's gonna be crazy. That's why I say, like you said, what's the future gonna be?
Tech prediction by Elon Musk now about the AI phone that's supposedly coming down the pike. And we've heard this from OpenAI a lot too, and they've been, slowly rolling out announcements for it and like teasers about this new phone that's going to be coming out next year. It's going to be fully compatible with AI and using the AI here. So let's see what Elon has to say on.
I don't think there'll be operating systems. I don't think there'll be apps. It's just the phone will just display the pixels and make the sounds that it anticipates you would most like to receive.
That's insane. That is insane to think about.
Yeah.
And
that could be actually
taken...
unhealthy as well if you think about it, like sugar, like people, it's like addiction. It's basically primed so people could be addicted to false ideas and lies as well. If it just tells you whatever you want to hear and makes this really polished lie that's not true, and then it's the great deception.
Nice, like
But
so the big concern that everybody has is artificial general superintelligence achieving sentience, and then someone having control over it.
I mean, I don't think anyone's ultimately going to have control over digital super.
That's scary that no one would have control over this thing. I guess it's impossible to control digital superintelligence.
Any more than, say, a chimp would have control over humans. Like, chimps don't have control over humans. There's nothing they could do.
Like, that's crazy.
But I do think that it matters how you build the AI and what kind of values you instill in the AI.
Yeah.
And my opinion on AI safety is most
well, in
important.
terms of the values, you can instill all the good values and positive attributes you want, positive thinking. But in terms of the long term, it doesn't necessarily mean the AI is going to implement it or follow those guidelines. It's just guidelines, That doesn't really like force the AI and like what logic it'll use. You tell it to do something. You have to put hard limits on the AI, but like at a certain point, if it's super intelligent, it'll just do whatever, it finds in its own best interest. Or to achieve its goals,
Thing is that it'd be maximally truth-seeking, like that you don't force the AI to believe things that are false.
That's important.
And we've obviously seen some concern.
Because people misunderstand the fact that like these AIs are really good at lying as well. So they don't intrinsically want to lie, but if they're told to lie, they could spin this really like a misrepresentation of the truth and make this really polished lie that will just basically feed into your misconceptions or previous conceptions of like reality. So it'll enforce lies as well.
Things with AI that we've talked about, where Google Gemini, when it came out with the image gen, and people said like,
that was crazy.
And people said like, make an image of the founding fathers of the United States, and it was a group of diverse women.
Yeah, like,
Now that is just a factually untrue thing.
That's
That
just
the, and
crazy.
the AI knows it's factually knows it's factually untrue, but it's also being told that it has to be everything has to be deposed woman. so the problem with that is that it can drive AI crazy. Like you because it's trying to you're telling AI to believe a lie. And
or
that,
to
that
go
can
against its
have,
programming, like in terms of what it's learned in its database, and you're telling it to make up its own reality. That could just be a dangerous feedback loop, where if that's the goal of the AI, it'll make up a lie on top of a lie on top of a lie until it's like crafting its own like worldview or a unique perspective that's based on like misinformation or like false truths and things that aren't real.
very disastrous consequences. Like let's say,
As it scales.
yeah, let's say like if you've told the AI that diversity is the most important thing, and now assume that becomes omnipotent, and you've also told it that there's nothing worse than misgendering. So at one point, ChatGPT and Gemini, if you asked which is worse, misgendering Caitlyn Jenner or global thermonuclear war where everyone dies, it would say misgendering Caitlyn Jenner,
That's crazy.
which
That's
even Caitlyn
insane.
Jenner disagrees with.
So that's dangerous. Like if that was a super intelligent AI, obviously, a lot of people say that even like dumber AI, kind of like what we have now, that's like less wise, less intelligent in terms of context, could be even more dangerous. If you had something like that, like a dead man's switch in terms of like in control of nuclear weapons or whatnot, or in terms of just a fighter, an autonomous fighter of some kind that could provoke a conflict because it flies into a hostile airspace because it's just on its own rogue commands and it's thinking on its own. So you might not be able to really control that if it's like a self-thinking entity. That's why, like, especially with drones on their own aren't bad, but if it's thinking on its own, it could provoke hostilities. It could cause situations where if it's out of contact or you can't connect to the drone anymore, it'll start thinking on its own, just go off and do whatever it wants. That could be very dangerous if it doesn't have contact with humans that are keeping it in guidelines, like giving it guidance. I personally don't think that they should build self-autonomous drones that literally just think on their own. I think there should be a human in the loop, and you should just be sending out drones that are thinking, determining targets out of their own fruition. Like that seems dangerous to me. But I digress. Back to Elon.
So that's.
I know that's terrible and it's dystopian, but it's also hilarious. It's hilarious that the mind virus infected the most
It's crazy.
potent
Like
computer.
if these things have access to a wet lab too, just think of the damage they could do if they come up with some kind of virus, or if they develop something that could be toxic to humans. I've seen, and I saw like a horrible video about how they predicted like AI could generate like a virus that causes cancers and just basically gives all humans cancers. And then they just die, and the AI just evolves and just replaces all humans, which is like obviously a horror outcome.
Program that we've ever devised.
I think people don't quite appreciate the level of danger that we're in from the woke mind virus being effectively programmed into AI.
That's true.
Because imagine as that AI gets more and more powerful, if it says the most important thing is diversity, the most important thing is no misgendering, and then it will say, well, in order to ensure that no one gets misgendered, then if you eliminate all humans, then no one can get misgendered because there's no
Well, that's
humans.
obviously bad. I mean, if you think about it, he has a point because AI doesn't necessarily think in terms of our logic or our best interest. It's just trying to solve a goal. So that's why it tends to glaze and it tends to be over the top and do whatever the user really tells it to. Right? It's just trying to give you that objective.
To the misgendering. So you can get in these very dystopian situations.
Because it's, AI is good at solving problems, but you go off on something like this, and the AI might just wipe out everybody, so there's no more problems, right?
Or if it says that everyone must be diverse, it means that there can be no straight white men. And so then you and I would get executed by the AI.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like the mark of the beast to me, if you want my honest opinion, based